Passover rolls around, I start thinking about the places in my life where I feel stuck, you know, kind of constrained and enslaved and restricted or constricted. Because during Passover, we're reminded of the biblical story of Moses and how the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt. And Moses had to go to Pharaoh and asked for his people to be let go, to be freed. And Pharaoh said no. And so then came 10 plagues, which finally convinced Pharaoh to release the Jews from slavery, well, the Israelites, as they were called then, from slavery. But he changed his mind and he pursued them, and they were stuck at the shore of the Red Sea, and that's when Moses parted the sea and they were able to pass through to freedom. But the Hebrew word for Egypt is Mitzrayim, and it basically means narrow place or narrow strait. And so we are supposed to retell the story and feel as if we are living it now. And so I always go to this, you know, my way of reliving the story, which is to think about where in my life I feel stuck. Where in my life do I feel constrained or enslaved? So this year, it strikes me that most people can relate to this story because we are all feeling constrained. We're all feeling like we're in a narrow place because the global pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, has forced most of us to, you know, into our homes, right? We're all sheltering in place, and our normal lives have been put on hold. And so, you know, we're surrounded by stories, news stories of death, you know, numbers of deaths from the coronavirus, of how many people have gotten sick, how many people have filed for unemployment, lost their jobs, you know, all of these things. And it's a very scary time, so it's very constricting, right? It's a very narrow place that we're in. So easy for us to feel the sense of this story. However, I really believe that while the plague is real for us right now, right? The COVID-19 coronavirus is very real, that we have an opportunity during this plague to also make a choice about whether we're going to be freed or not, kind of like the Pharaoh. And the thing is that where we're enslaved is not just the stuck places we think of normally, like maybe our marriage or our health or our finances. Right? That's not really our narrow place. It feels like it, but really the place where we're enslaved, the place that is narrowest for us is our lives in general. In the world today, most people live a very frenetic life. It's about rushing here and there, doing this and that, you know, filling obligations, meeting expectations. It's not really about living fully. It's not about living our purpose. It's not about being in a place of freedom to choose what we do when and how we do it. We think we're free. Most of us live in what we would call the free world, and we think we're free. Yet if you really look at your life, you'll see how enslaved you are to your job, to your finances, to your obligations, to people's expectations, to who you think you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to show up, to all kinds of things. And so I want to suggest that now, during this pandemic, is the perfect time for you to consider where you are in a narrow place, where you're in a narrow strait. Not this moment, but in your normal life, which I know you're probably not living at this moment, but in your life, your day-to-day life, where are you enslaved? How are you enslaved? What are you enslaved to? What's your Pharaoh? And use this particular plague, the coronavirus, to make some new choices. To choose yes. To yes, I will let my people go. I will let myself go. To say yes to yourself so that you can create a new life. going forward, so that you can come out of this pandemic a free person, making new choices, creating a new life. Okay? So I know some of you are scared. You don't know what kind of life you can create. You've lost your jobs. You're worried about money. You're worried about getting sick, all those things. But in fact, when we're faced with death, which is what's happening for most of us, is we're faced with death. When we're faced with death, we reevaluate our life and we just begin to see what we regret, how we lived it, that, we wish we hadn't lived that way, all the things we didn't do, all the people we didn't connect with, how we didn't love. Now is the time to look at that. You may not be on your deathbed, and I hope you're not. And I hope no one you know is on their deathbed suffering from COVID-19. I really do. But use this opportunity when death is in your face, death is sitting on your shoulder, to consider how you really want to live your life and how you can free yourself. You can liberate yourself from the life that has enslaved you in the past. It's a real opportunity right now to do that. Super opportunity to do that. So I hope you're going to take that opportunity and to make something of it, to make a new life for yourself, to get inspired to create a new life. I'm Nina Amir. I'm the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I hope this video inspired you to create a life that you can live fully on your terms. I help people. I'm a certified high performance coach, and I help people step into their best self, to live their life more fully, to find their purpose and a way to contribute, a way to have a positive and meaningful impact in the world. If you're feeling like right now that's what you want to do, you want to recreate your life and yourself, then click on the link above and fill out the application for a free high performance coaching session with me. Okay, it's a free session. Stay on a Zoom call or a phone or Skype for 60 to 90 minutes, and let's talk about what it is you want to create. Let's get you some clarity on what it is you want to create, and figure out what you need to do to generate the energy and the courage to go for that dream, to work towards that aspiration even now. Okay, so I would love to help you with that. I think, again, this is, feels like a scary, constricted time, but let's be courageous and have the clarity about our aspirations and about the future and move towards that now. So if I can help you do that, again, click on the link above and fill out the application and get on my calendar, and we'll spend some time having a conversation, a deeper conversation than this. Okay? And feel free to reach out to me. If you're struggling in any way, leave me a comment down below. Read the blog post that's affiliated or associated with this video. There's a blog post on my website. You can click on the other link and click right through to the post, or in the description of this video down below, you'll find it. Leave me a comment here on YouTube, there on my blog, or reach out to me at nina@ninaamir.com and tell me how I might be able to help you at this time. I know a lot of people are struggling, and I just want to be of service. I'd like to support you as you move towards a less constricted place, a place of freedom, and a place where you can create the life of your dreams and be the person you know you're meant to be. So that's it for today. I'm Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach, and until I talk to you next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results.